Alright guys, so one of the first things you're going to want to do when you're starting out ARK and joining the servers, you're going to have to create a character. There are lots of presets up at the top here. They have 5 or 6 different presets you can choose from. They have both male and female characters they've already pre-made. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to skip most of this stuff. Just create just a generic character and jump right in. You give your character a name. There we go, Jimmy. Ooh, it helps if I could spell. Jimmy the Saint. There we go. And then you choose a spawn region. This is kind of important because when you start out, you don't want to spawn in a really tough zone. The east area has a lot of swamps right in here on the map, so you certainly don't want to spawn in there for your first time jumping into the game. And the north area up here, or especially in this area, is full of snow, and it is very difficult to start in that area. So I recommend either the western region over here or the southern region. The southern region is probably the easiest place to start in, but it is going to be, you have to consider that it's probably also going to be populated by other players with that same mindset, right? So I'm playing on an official server. We're just going to jump right in, create new survivor. Let's go do this. And here we go. Pretty much you just wake up on a beach with this strange implant in your arm, and this is ARK. And of course I spawned right in right next to 2 other people's buildings. There's a thatch building over there and a thatch or wood building over that direction. Somebody's got some spikes over there, spike walls. Somebody's got rafts over here. So this is, oh wow, it's a dinosaur. This is a populated area. I kind of said that you run into that risk if you join in a server that's already up and running. Okay, so the basics of the game, though, we can cover the basics. So you start out and you have, basically, you have almost nothing. This is just skins and stuff that you start out with. I got a lot of these because I pre-ordered the game. And you have 2 recipes you can craft from to begin the game. You have a primitive stone pick, and a torch you can make. You automatically know those recipes no matter what. Over here is your health, your stamina, oxygen. This is all your statistics over here that affect your survivability. And we'll go over those here in just a little bit. And if you look at the right-hand side of the screen there, you've got, on the bottom right, you've got your experience to level up. You've got your weight icon, your thirst icon, your hunger icon, energy and health in that order from top to bottom. And basically what you're going to want to do when you start out the game is just walk over and start picking up stones and wood. You should spawn on a beach, and it should be relatively easy to just walk around and pick up a few stones here and there. We're going to work on that, and then you're going to want to find some wood somewhere in the game. Let's see, so there's some trees over this way. We're going to kind of keep our eyes open for any hostile players or dinosaurs, because they are around and they will kill you without warning. We've already gained our first level up. This server must have a XP rate boost. That's fine, that's not a big deal. Just means we're going to gain levels a little bit quicker on this server instead of a vanilla server. But this is an official server, but I guess they have the rates turned up. It's not really easy to tell sometimes, the rates. But grabbing some stones as I head over here to the wood, I see there's plenty of trees over here. Now you can grab these bushes and vines and things. You can harvest those just by holding the use key, just like you would the stones. And they give you berries and fiber. And berries you can use to eat. You can eat the berries. Any of the berries except the black, the narco berries. You do not want to eat the narco berries because they cause torpor, and torpor, when your torpor meter fills up, you fall unconscious. It's the same way you knock out dinosaurs and players, dinosaurs specifically, to tame them. So we've got some fiber here and some berries. I'm just going to put the berry down here in my hotbar, and this way I can quickly use it. You can use it from this screen to eat it. Just select the berry you want to use. Here's those narco berries I was talking about. You do not want to eat those, but you can select that and just hit use to eat it, or you can drag it to your hotbar, and you can eat it from there. When you're on the screen, you see it's now appearing in my hotbar. I can just hit that corresponding number and consume that item. You can do that with most any item. That's how you equip your weapons and things like that. So now I'm just going to walk up to some of these trees and start punching them to gather the wood I need. There you get thatch and wood from trees. I need a couple of wood. I'm not getting much from these trees. Let's see here. I need 1 piece of wood to craft this stone pick. So let's find some wood. There we go. We got a couple of pieces there. All right, so let's go ahead and craft our stone pickaxe. And while that's crafting, we'll walk around and gather some more materials while we're waiting on that. And there it is. It's done. So let's take our stone pick and let's just throw it into our first hotbar and pull that out. And now we can gather materials much, much quicker. You notice you chop down those trees very quickly, and you don't lose any health. When you're punching trees and things like that, you do actually lose some health. And now that we have this, we can also run around and harvest the large stones like this and get flint. Now, flint is going to be useful in the next weapon we craft. Let's go ahead and, since we gained that level, let's go ahead and pick a stat to gain and learn that recipe. So when you gain a level, you get to choose to put points in one of these crafting, or one of these statistics here. Excuse me, my brain went dead. You have health, which obviously affects how your longevity of life and how much damage you can take. Your stamina, which affects your movement speed and actions like attacking and things like that. Oxygen, which is not as useful as it used to be. It's good for swimming underwater and how long you can hold your breath. Your food, which is how much food you can consume and how long it takes you to get hungry and start starving again. The same with water. That's your thirst meter. Weight is how much you can carry. That's an important stat. Your melee damage is an important stat. That's how much damage you do with melee weapons like clubs and stone axes and things like that, pikes. Your movement speed is important because you want to be able to actually outrun players and dinosaurs and that sort of thing. And then fortitude affects your... It affects several things. Fortitude affects how quickly you fall unconscious if someone shoots you with a tranquilizer dart or something like that. It also affects your ability to withstand heat and cold, the extreme temperatures, and how much food and water you need to consume. Fortitude's a pretty important stat, but I don't recommend raising it very high. Just my personal opinion, it just doesn't seem to gain the benefits after a certain level. After about 10 points or 12, maybe even 20 points after that, it doesn't really, the benefits aren't really noticeable after that. And then crafting speed affects how quickly you can craft items. I never put any points into crafting speed because to me that's a wasted point because all it takes is time. If you can invest more time, the crafting speed does not matter. So we're just starting off, we're learning the basics, so let's just go ahead and put some points into health and learn our first recipes. So the first things we can learn is the stone hatchet and the campfire. Both of those are important. Let's learn that hatchet. We want to go ahead and make that. And actually, instead of learning the campfire right now, we've got 5 points left. Let's go ahead and learn the spear because that is our first weapon we can craft. Do we have enough stuff to craft the spear and the hatchet? We do. So let's go ahead and craft ourselves a hatchet. And we're going to craft a spear. And you notice while things are crafting, you move a little bit slower. So keep that in mind if you're crafting up a bunch of items. You're not going to be able to move very quickly to get away from any dinosaurs. So there's our stone hatchet crafted. Let's go ahead and drop that into our hotbar. And the spear as well. Drop that into our hotbar. Now with the difference between the pickaxe and the hatchet is what items they gather. So if you run up to a tree with a pickaxe out, you gather mostly thatch. You notice I grabbed a lot more thatch than I did wood off of that. Whereas if you equip the hatchet, you should gather much more wood than you do thatch. It's always randomized, so it may not be immediately noticeable, but in the long run, like you see right there, I gathered almost entirely wood off of that. So keep that in mind when you're harvesting. The item you use affects what you gather. And I am overweight, so we did gain another level there. So let's go ahead and put some points into our weight here so we can keep moving. Close that out. And also, it also affects when you gather stone. When you attack when you hit one of these large rocks, it affects what you gather from it. These hatchet gathers more stone than flint, and if you switch to the I am way overweight. Got to drop some stuff here. Let me just drop some of these things so I can keep moving. We can keep talking about this. Whereas if you equip the pickaxe, you gather much more flint than you do stone typically. Although it's going to make a liar out of me right here and gather nothing but stone for some reason. You get that, but in the long run, like I said, it should gather much more flint than it does stone. Yeah, see, this one's working correctly for some reason. So that's the basics. So what you want to do is run around gather yourself some wood, some flint, some stone, that sort of thing, so you can start crafting tools and make yourself a building, a base, a boat. Any of those things you can craft gain you the much more experience and level you much faster than you would just running around harvesting items. So we need to go ahead, as we gained another level, we need to start learning some of those recipes. We can start making some clothes. We can make a campfire. I'm going to move on to the clothes next. We just got attacked by a Pegomastix, of course, and it stole whatever we had in our 0 slot. They always steal from you. They run up and take whatever you've got in your hotbar. We can't really fight it right now, and I'm not going to worry about it because it's just a handful of berries. Let's run around and gather some more fiber and start making ourselves some clothing. That's what we're going to need to make clothes. Let's learn those recipes for the shirt and the pants. We're going to learn that, and we're going to want to start making a building here soon too. But I'm going to learn the campfire first, so we can start cooking some meat once we get some meat. Now, you cannot gather berries while you have a weapon equipped in this game. You can't gather fiber or berries if you have a weapon. You can if you have a torch, but not a weapon. So you have to unequip that weapon to start gathering your fiber and your berries again. And we're going to grab a bunch of that and start making our clothes here. I'm going to skip ahead just a bit. All right, so you'll notice down at the bottom left that I am overweight again, and that I have got that ice, that snow-looking icon. That means I'm getting cold. So we did gain another level, so I'm going to go ahead and learn some more of these clothing engrams here. Go ahead and learn the recipes to make some more clothes. Oh, wait, I got to go back, and I've got to spend the points here first in the health or stamina. I'm going to keep going with health since we're just starting off, and in case we run into anything, we're going to want to have some health to defend ourselves. Let's learn the rest of these clothes here so we can craft that. I think I should have enough fiber to start making this stuff. Let's make our cloth hat, craft that, our shirt, and our pants. We don't have enough for the gloves. What do we need? Hides to make the gloves. Okay, and the only way to get hides is to kill an animal and harvest its body. So I guess that's what we'll look for next, is a creature to kill. I'm going to get out my spear. If we find something, we're going to want to spear it. Maybe there's a dodo or something around here that should be pretty easy to kill. I don't want to fight those moss chops there. Those guys can hit pretty hard. Despite the fact that they're docile, they can attack and deal a lot of damage. Same with the turtles. The turtles don't deal a lot of damage. They're just very hard to kill. They have a high damage resistance. So let's run around and find something to kill and gather some of that. We've got our clothing made. Let's go ahead and equip that. You can just drag it over, or you can just double-click it to equip those items. To unequip it is the same way. You can double-click it, or you can drag them over. We got our clothing on. Let's drop some of this stone since we don't need it right this minute, and get some of our weight back so we can move quicker. And let's find a dodo or something around here on the beach. There should be something around we should be able to take down pretty easy. Get some hides and start making some more of those. There we go. There's a dodo right there. So dodos are the lowest totem on the food chain here. They are the lowest rung. They're the most basic of creatures and easiest to kill. A couple of shots with our spear should take him out, and this guy's going to run away, but I'm going to go ahead and kill him too. Now, we want to gather hides from him, so we're going to use our axe. If we use the pick, it would gather more meat. The axe gathers more hides. We're focused on hides right now. We're going to gather some meat usually, but we really want to get the hides right now. There we go. We should have plenty of hides to go ahead and craft our gloves. Let's go ahead and craft that. And we still need some feet, our shoes, but we haven't learned that engram yet. We'll gain a level here in just a bit and learn that one. I'm going to keep running around, see if I can gather some more meat and hides, and skip ahead a bit, and we'll see you guys in just a second. Alright, we just gained another level here. We're going to go ahead and spend those points, and I'm going to get some weight. I'm going to get my weight up a bit so I can carry some more items. And let's go ahead and learn. We've already learned our campfire. We should start learning some building foundations. I'm going to skip the boots for now. Well, no, I've only got 3 points, so it's kind of a toss-up. Do I go for the boots or do I go for a foundation? I'm going to go for the building foundation because I know that building is a great way to level up. Actually, no, we've got 8 more points left for the other level. So yeah, we can go ahead and grab that boots too, the shoes. Building items and building crafting items and buildings and things like that are the fastest way to level in ARK. I'm going to go ahead and make our boots, and we're going to start working on some thatch foundations. I've already got some of the materials to start working on that, and that'll get us our first building started. Let's go ahead and equip those boots. Let's not forget that. Alright, so we've got fully clothed, we look good. And if you notice down there in the bottom right, my food and water icons are getting low. The water is pretty simple. If you're near a water source, just walk up to it and hit the use key to drink from it. You can, alternatively, you can simply submerge yourself under the water, and that will refill your thirst meter. You can craft water skins and canteens and water jars and things like that later in the game to hold water as you go and explore further away from the water. You'll need to be able to carry water with you, obviously, so you can craft those items. It is starting to get dark, so I need to make a campfire too. And let's go ahead and craft that right now, and we can fill that hunger meter up by cooking some of the meat we gathered from those dodos. This looks like as good a spot as any. We're going to place our campfire right here since it is starting to get dark. And we're going to go ahead and make ourselves a torch too so we can see at night. Alright, our campfire, let's just place that by clicking the campfire and clicking use. Alternatively, you could have dragged it into the hotbar and then clicked that corresponding key from your hotbar. There we go. Let's craft that. And you want to access the inventory of it, walk up to it and hit the use key. And you want to put some fuel in it. It's going to need some fuel to burn. You can burn thatch. You can burn wood. I am currently out of wood, so we're going to burn thatch in this one. And then throw your raw meat in there and light the fire. And now that meat will slowly cook. You don't want to eat the raw meat because it can make you sick. You can eat those berries. Remember I told you earlier we got those berries. I could equip those and just hit that use key and eat some of those berries, and it very slowly, by a very small amount, it fills up your health meter. The meat is much better at it. It's not quite dark, so I'm going to run around, start gathering some more materials, and start working out a little base here. Uh-oh, we got a Pegamastics, and he's going to steal our torch we just put. If we let him get too close, we might be able to kill this guy. Oh, he stole it. Now the spear you can throw. Ha! Oh wow, he's still running. That didn't kill him. He's got our spear sticking out of his back. Die, little guy. You're not going to steal my torch? Oh, wow. Oh, he's stuck against the rock. Excellent. Now we might be able to kill him and take our torch back. Well, this guy's tough. This is a really high level one. Wow. Alright, he got away with our torch. Whatever. It's a little too fast. A little too strong for us. We can craft another one. It's not that big a deal. Alright, so we should have some meat cooked by now. Let's get over here and check that out. We need to refill our hunger meter here. Yes, we've got 4 of them cooked. I'm going to put them in my hotbar. That's just the way I like to do it. It is raining. Rain will automatically refill your thirst meter as well. So that's an easy way to do it. All you literally have to do is stand outside and you gain your thirst meter back. There we go. Go ahead and eat 3 of those meat, and that should fill up our hunger meter. I'm going to grab some more thatch and fiber, and we're going to start crafting ourselves a building here. Alright, so eventually your items will break while you're out here. You notice down at the bottom this has got it's broken. It's got that big red X through it. And my pickaxe is about to do the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and let it break here on this tree, gathering some thatch and wood. All right, and there were 2 ways to repair those. You could make a new one, or you could just simply repair them. If they're in your hotbar, all you have to do, if you've got the required materials to repair it, is just hit that hotbar key again, and you will craft or repair that item. If you don't have the materials, it won't do anything, and then you'll just have to kind of come in here and see what it needs to repair and go gather that material. We've got our stuff repaired here. Let's keep gathering this wood and this thatch and fiber, and we're going to start making ourselves a building. Still working on that out here. Just trying to wait for it to get dark here. I don't work as long as I can until it does. We gained another level here, and I went ahead and started learning the thatch walls and thatch door frame, all the things we're going to need to make ourselves a building. We're going to need a door, and we're going to need a roof, and that uses up all of our points there. Excellent, that's perfect. So I'm still running around gathering some materials, but I can start crafting the door. Let's see, let's craft the door frame and the door, and we're going to need to start crafting some walls, all the walls we can. So I'll get to work on that. Get back over here to my fire, which has gone out, unfortunately. I can't see much at night. Nighttime is very dangerous because of the limited visibility. You obviously cannot see much at all, except for the lights of the beacons and the drops and things like that. It's really not much you can see at night. Oh, there's a player over there. Oh, that might not be good. But yeah, the drops and the beacons, you can see the different colored lights in the sky. And a lot of those are the smaller ones there are airdrops. You can run to those if you have the required level and gain items that drop from the ARK. Depending on the level, you know there are requirements depending on each one. And then the large icon, the large lights are the obelisks. There's a red one, a blue one, and a green one, and they're used for summoning bosses and transporting to other arcs and that sort of thing. There's not a lot of use for them other than transferring to other arcs and summoning bosses, but that's what they're used for. They don't really give you anything. The smaller ones drop and they have a timer on them, and after so long they disappear unless someone grabs them. And the items that they drop are based on the level requirements that you need to pick them up. You get better gear, obviously, from the better leveled items. I gotta drop a few items here because I am way overweight, and let's see if we can get over here and start working on our building. Yes, I can start moving again. I'm a little bit wary of that player over there, but I don't have anything worth taking, so even if they do come over here and kill me, it's not that big a deal. I don't have anything worth losing. You can see him running around the beach with a torch. Hopefully they will be they'll be cool. Alright, so to make our building, we've made 7 or so thatch foundations, and we've got some walls here going, so I'm going to start laying these down. I just put them in my hotbar. That seems to be the easiest way to do this, and you kind of need a flat area. This is not a great area to build on. Let's see if we can find a Oh, somebody else has got something built around here, so we can't build here. It's too close to somebody else's building. I gotta find a suitable place to build on, unfortunately. I'll walk around and see if I can find a nice flat area to build in, but it's a little dark right now. It's a little risky. Oh, we've got a problem. We've got a Dilophosaur over here. A Dillo. He's low level. Oh, wow. Thank you, random player, for coming over. We're going to fight this guy together, I guess. Oh, nice shot. Nice shot. Oh, he's dropping me some items. How very generous of him. It's all random junk, but thanks. Anyways. Yeah, thanks. So we can start placing our building here. Unfortunately, we're still too close to an enemy foundation or structure. That sucks. So we're going to have to remove... Maybe we have to remove these rocks here to make some more room. And we gained another level. That's good. I'm going to spend some more point in weight, so I can carry more items and keep crafting. I need to craft myself a storage box to start putting some of my extra items in. And I'm going to make that like right now and drop it on the ground and start putting some of this extra stuff in here. What do I need? I need some more thatch to make it. So I'm going to have to demolish this anyways. Tribe of Stealth. Stealth level 6. Sure, why not? I'll join. Yeah, thanks. Alright, so let's craft our storage box. We've got to run around and grab some thatch, so, I'm going to have to throw some items on the ground and grab that. And there we go. We've got enough to craft our storage box. I went ahead and made that. I just barely got enough weight to move around. I'm going to place this storage box over here close to my campfire, and then I can start throwing some of my extra items in there so that it makes it easier to get around and move. Because you can see, once you get overweight, you can start moving very, very slowly. So just plop that down right there. Works for me. And just going to drop some of this extra weight out of here. Alright guys, I'm going to have to split this video up. I didn't intend it on it being quite so long, but I wanted to be very thorough in the basics of the game. Make sure you guys have a good foundation to build on. In the next video, we're going to go over making this building and taming a dinosaur. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, if you had any nice tips in it, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video. Post me any comments or questions down below. Guys, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching.